Hey folks, welcome back. So last week there was the Superbooth here in Berlin, this kind of big event for synthesizer and software nerds. It's always fun, it's always interesting to discover new things, talk to people, but it's also always exhausting because everyone wants to talk to you. You have to talk back, right? Normally I just talk to the camera, to my microphone, and that's kind of it. And then you have these 3 days and everyone wants to talk all the time. So it's always exhausting, but it's kind of nice to meet everyone and, you know, see the faces and talk about certain things. You usually don't talk because I don't have feedback. I just see comments and that's basically it. Anyway, I want to talk about a company that had a booth there, and I just accidentally discovered this, and I think it's actually a great idea. I want to show you this here. So I made some photos here. I also made kind of funny photos here with the Bitwig staff, with the developers, with Klaas and Placidus and Volker, showing off the Autopod, this kind of DIY controller Giro made here, and I also made a video about this a while ago. Anyway, so the Bitwig booth here, always lots of people there interested in the roto control and the Bitwig Connect there in the background. This is a patch I made here in I don't know, 5 minutes. So there was this booth. Let me see here. Yeah, GRM Tools Atelier. That's how the software is called, and it's kind of a semi-modular VST effect instrument kind of thing, and it tickles all my senses in a way, because it's semi-modular. You can see here you have some kind of modules in here. They are kind of specialized. You can see them as plugins with parameters here, right? And you can add as many as you want in kind of a chain, and it's basically exactly like in Bitwig. You have this big chain of plugins or devices, and you can rearrange them. You can add here, you can click this plus button, right? Insert something. And they don't try to make devices for everything. It's just more like they have a focus on sound design and ambience and creating soundscapes here. This is a comp filter basically with multiple voices. So it's aiming more at sound design. So I'm kind of interested in this because it more or less looks like Bitwig in a way, because you have a lot of modulators here at the bottom, and then you have the devices, and you can drag cables from these modulators to certain parameters here and can modulate them. So they don't try to do everything with this. So it's not like, oh, this replaces VCV rack or this replaces the grid. It's more like it has a focus on sound design, like I said, and it does this very well. Also, the interface looks very nice in my opinion. Everything is clear and communicates what it does at the moment. You can see here you have multiple dots, and these multiple dots basically show you that these are multiple comp filters with different fundamental frequencies. And you can create as many voices, I think, as you want, more or less, or at least over 20. And then here you can see they just loaded up a different preset. And you can modulate everything you see. So all these sliders here are modulatable and also have different kind of, you can say, voices, or you can use multiple, or you can stack, kind of like voice stacking in Bitwig. You have multiple different virtual duplicates of these devices here with different settings, and it creates really nice sounds and ambiences, and also the quality of these plugins are pretty high in my opinion. It sounded very nice, at least what I hear over these speakers and all the noise in the background from all the other booths. It sounded very good and also straightforward. So they have, I guess they said it's just 2 developers, and one of them is actually a musician. So it's not like it's a developer, you know, having a coding orgasm and just putting in all that stuff. It's also led by some kind of musician with a practical background. So everything is just focused, and it looked like everything makes sense, right? So you have like a noise generator here with different voices. This is just changing the gain for each of these voices. So internally they always talk about channels. So they have multi audio channels basically going out from these devices. You can also route the channels out of the device. So they asked me about Bitwig if they, you know, have multi-channel audio, or they asked me if I could ask Bitwig for implementing multi-channel audio. And I guess you can also route this then inside of Reaper, for instance, to different speakers and making binaural or maybe surround sound kind of setups with this. This is here a pitch device that you can see in the background. So you can take these voices or these channels and then apply different pitches to it. And everything sounded quite amazing. So I was impressed with this because it's semi-modular and in kind of Bitwig grid fan. And I like the visuals. I like how it sounded. I liked how the focus is, and yeah, it's kind of a plug-in you probably won't miss. So they want to release in September, which is not too far away. And this was the first time they are showing this in public here. So I guess there will be maybe a beta in September. I hope so, at least, because I can't wait to put my hands on this. So this was something I saw by accident, and I think this is actually going somewhere. So GRM Tools is, or GRM is a pretty old company. They are quite some time around. So this is the first thing I saw that's pretty modern from them. I think all of the older tools are very old. I have no idea actually about the company. But this is something here I really liked how it looked like. There's also a video on the Sonic State YouTube channel here, and they made an interview with the musician here. He's called Matthias Püch. So maybe it gives you more information here, but this is a great tool. He shows all the different devices here. I just made a 5-minute video and talked to one of the devs. But yeah, this is something I'm looking forward to. It kind of reminds me a bit of this one here, Unfiltered Audio Lion, which is also kind of a semi-modular synthesizer with lots of different modules, and you can apply some modulations to it. But I would say for this one here, the quality is much, much higher, and the focus is more on soundscapes, sound design, cinematic stuff, and high quality. So look out for this. I put you also a link in the description here to this web page where you can subscribe here to the newsletter, because this one is coming soon. I think that's it. I just want to talk about this, show you this. I don't think I bore you with my stories about Superbooth. There was not much going on besides me being at the Bitwig Studio booth and talking to some people. The rest of the Superbooth more or less like this here, where you have like small companies showing off their modules, and there's a lot of noise all the time. You just barely can't hear anything or focus on anything. It's just random noise everywhere. But it's still fun. Yeah, this is where I just chilled for a moment just to take a breath. Yeah, that's it. Look out for GRM Tools. Link is in the description below. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you liked the video. Let me know what you think about me talking about this stuff. I don't know. Leave a like, leave a subscription. See you next time. Bye.